Yo, we are back, Kingdom citizens. Yo, welcome back. Yo, we are back here in a day. Remember, Kingdom Ox on everything, man. DJ Jeremiah. Man, today I'm here with a legend, a trailblazer, an icon, man. I got to say those words because this gentleman means so much, not just to Atlanta, not just to Kingdom, man, but he means so much to all of us, man. I call him the godfather of Christian R&B. I don't know if you like that title, but my man, my guy, Canton Jones is in the building with us today. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming on the platform, man. I really feel like I'm here. I think God is really blessing me to bridge the gap between the legends of our genre and to the new guys and the new people, new girls, and everything coming up. So I'm just blessed to have my platform to do this with you guys, to do this with you, man. So, man, just tell us your beginning story a little bit, man. Just tell us, like, coming from how did you grow up, man? How the Canton Jones story? How did you grow up, K Joe?
Wow. I kind of grew up in Florida. I'm from a place called Deerfield Beach, Florida. Um, I grew up in my mama took us to church, and
Oh,
dad was in church too. I grew up Pentecostal, Church of God in Christ.
okay.
And so we was in church like when that mug opened, we was there. You know what I'm saying? My mom was choir director, but my dad was in a quartet group. So I
Okay.
grew up singing in a quartet group, like old
Wow.
school quartet, uh, tuxedos, cummerbunds type of thing. And as a kid, I was the lead singer. Um, Around I would say 10 from 10 to 14, I was the lead singer for a group called the Fantastic Noble Airs. It's like straight old school. And so that was my upbringing. I went like every kid, I played ball.
Yeah.
I played basketball. I played football when I was younger, but when I got into high school, I played basketball, and I didn't want to play ball after high school. I wanted to kind of go into music. My dad bought me some music equipment when I was in 10th grade. I'll never forget it. And my grades, I was a good student, bro. And my grades,
Yeah.
when I got that music equipment, my grades started a lot, bro, because I heard beats all day long. I heard
Wow.
ideas. And so, big shout out to my mom and dad who's in heaven now.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that they didn't know their dad. Man, I had a great dad. I had a great dad.
Wow.
I had a great mom. And so I came to Atlanta to go to Morehouse, but I really came to pursue music. It was back in the day, Babyface was popping,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
LA Face, LaFace Records, and So Def and all that type of stuff. So I was like, I could come to Atlanta, I could go to New York, or I could go to LA. LA had just had a major earthquake, so I was like, nah, not doing that. And it was too cold in New York, and so Atlanta is what I picked and rode with. And so I just went to Morehouse, uh, did the Morehouse College Glee Club, and did Morehouse for 4 years, 5 years. I was on a 5 year program. I did graduated with a degree in business, but I was in the Glee Club. Just took us everywhere singing. I sang for the opening and closing of the Olympics. I
Wow.
sang for Stevie Wonder. I traveled all across the world, across America, singing, and it was like the highlight of college. It was really dope to just be gone all the time, just traveling.
Yeah.
My dad used to call me like, "Man, what part of the world are you in now?" I was like, "Man, we just did the whole West Coast tour and all of that." So it was fun, man. God was had his hand on me. Then I started, when I got out of school, and when I was producing rappers and
Yeah.
not a lot of Christian music because even though I grew up in church, like my swag, nobody would accept what I wanted to do. Of course
Wow.
we could sing the sad songs, we could do church music, but outside of that, we don't ride to that, mom. So When we lead church, church music to me sometimes, not all of it. So I don't want people to take this as a blanket statement for everything. But most of the times, you know, depending on what type of person you are, worship music is like Christmas music. Christmas music is great during Christmas time. After Christmas, you want to ride to what you ride to.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes church music is like it's church. It's for church.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't really ride like that outside of this worship service.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't really ride to these songs. I know them because y'all sing them, but I don't really ride. So that's how I kind of learned. You know, I was doing my thing outside, and then I got way out there, just because that's the studio life.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have to explain that. And rededicated my life to Jesus, and went to Pastor Creflo Dollar's church and started serving the youth.
Yeah.
And I had actually given up on trying to be an artist.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah,
Was this?
I wasn't.
Was
I
this
grew up
before?
singing it.
Okay.
Said it.
I was saying, was this all like at this time? Was this before like you're working with the youth and about to start KJO International, or was this more like I'm just working with the youth and God is using me working with the youth?
What? Right. Well, I had KJO before, like KJO International was secular.
Got you. Okay.
So I wasn't doing anything with the youth because I didn't have that mindset. I didn't even understand that.
Got
but
you.
I see how we came up. We had a youth day. We didn't have a youth pastor. What is the youth pastor? We didn't have no budget for that. We didn't even know what that was. The concept of it was like foreign to me.
Yeah.
So when they came to me and said, this is exactly how this happened, bro. I was doing my first solo at World Changers. I was nervous in the mud because I thought I was gonna get rebuked for some reason, just for coming up there having braids and just being me. But they had two services. I sang that first service, and the same day they was introducing the youth pastor to the church.
Oh wow, okay.
And so he came back. Like I didn't really understand what they were saying because we was behind pastor and we couldn't hear the speakers. You couldn't hear in the choir stand and stuff like that. Plus, I'm nervous thinking about my verse, trying to figure out the first, like not to mess up the first words.
Yeah.
Make sure my zipper was up, all that type of stuff. So in between services, bro, Lee Wilson comes back and say, "Hey man, I'm the youth pastor here. I'm the new youth pastor at World Changers." Wow. And I've seen you do your thing because I did holy hip hop. That was like the first couple things I did, and they saw it, and it was crazy that they saw it because I was just starting. And he said, "I'm the youth pastor," and I looked at him like I said, "Man, what's a youth pastor?" that's exactly what I said. I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "Well, we have church." I was like, "Wait, you telling me that there's a young people church that's going on while they doing this?" It's like, "Yeah, but it's on Wednesday." I was like, "I'm there."
Wow.
Like, tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And so when he I was in some real, I was just trying to change my life, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I was in some stuff at that time. And he said, "Come up here tomorrow and let's talk." Well, I make moves. So I don't really know what, like, no, we talking now, bro. Like, if I'm coming, I'm coming.
Yeah, yeah.
So the next day, I'll never forget when they told me this later on. The next day, I went to the studio, grabbed all my stuff, everything out of there, because me and my guy was kind of beefing a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
So I had a truck full of stuff, a car full of stuff, not a truck, a car full of stuff.
Wow.
And took it to the church, and they were like, told Lee Wilson on the other, some guy named Canton Jones is outside with a car full of equipment, and he said that you said come up here. That's how I came, bro. And the rest is history.
Yep. Wow. And was that the time of like okay, so I've known people who was going to World Changes at the time that used to tell me about like y'all youth events, Crunk Fest. I had Crunk Fest compilations and all that. Was that something that you knew from the jump? Yo, I want to do that, or was that something where you was like, I just want to see what God want me to do in this place?
Man, yeah, so when I say I gave up on it, I gave up on trying to be an artist. I was trying to be
Wow.
mainstream. I didn't see like the Canton Jones that everybody see now and have known over the years. I didn't see a place for that.
Wow.
I didn't even see a concept for it
Yeah.
coming up like I came up. Remember, I'm Church of God in Christ singing in the choir with my mama directing, singing on the quartet with a bunch of quartet groups. And groups were the thing back then, Boys to Men, Jodeci.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
groups, not necessarily soloists like that. And so when I tried to do the solo thing, it was just like, all right, cool. I'm in the studio. I got all these songs I'm making. Let me just put them out. That's really what it was. I just had extra time in the studio between studio time with other rappers and other artists. You're just in the studio making music, and you end up with 20 songs.
Yeah.
of just putting stuff together. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to put an album together. You just got time. And that's kind of how I work. I'm just watching TV, working. It's not, hey man, I got to put this record together, this album together. I don't really work like that. I just work. It's fun. It's fun to me. So when they, I guess when I got to the point to where we were doing, he was like, do praise and worship for the youth. All right, and I was primarily singing.
Okay.
I've never really coined myself as a hip hop artist. It's just where they put me. It's the box that they put me in because they was like, nah, he ain't no gospel singer. Not with all of that. But rappers look at me as a singer. Singers look at me as a rapper. It's like so weird. It's like, and I just be creative. I don't really care about a box. You know? And so when we started doing the music, you'll do certain songs and then you'll see the songs that the kids respond to.
Gotcha.
And then in Atlanta, it was the crunk era,
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, I see how they were responding. Let me see if I can put singing lyrics to this and then let the kids rap on the top of it. And we just created as we went.
Yeah.
And it just grew. It grew, bro. When I got in there, I would say we had 100 kids.
Gotcha.
When by the time it swelled up, bro, it was 1,000 kids in there, bro.
Wow.
It swelled up, and and then you had to handle the culture because the music is baked to bring the culture. So you got church happening on Wednesday, but you got guys driving around in boom cars like they're driving in front of a club. So, so the culture came. Everybody wasn't saved. It was fights. It was crazy. But they were coming to church, and sometimes I guess, we had to be able to handle the culture. The culture, it was really real. So, I never forget. Not this is a little crazy story, but I did a song called "Cock Your Weapon." Cock your weapon as the Bible is your Bible weapon. Get your Bible in your hand. Keep the word in your heart. Cock your weapon. So that was the cool play on it. But it started with gun cock, like boom. The beat was made out of a gun. Boom, boom. Cock your weapon. Cock your man. One kid got lit, pushed one kid, the other kid pushed him back, and in probably 20 seconds, it was a riot. I was like, wait, stop that track. We can't do that in church no more. Yeah, we had to ban church songs, bro.
Wow.
It was lit. So I really appreciate those days, and it came and went so quick because as I'm making music for them, I'm in the studio making music for myself, just on extra time, Password, that there's no other name. That's how
Yeah.
I made that for the kids.
Wow. Wow.
And then I
Yeah.
ended up putting it on my project, and I ended up just serving young people,
Wow. Yeah.
and and that's kind of been the thing. So, but when I came in, I was a R&B singer.
Yeah. Yeah. Your first album, like your not Password, but the I believe the
20 years,
20 years. I'm
20
sorry,
years, 3 months.
20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, that joint is a classic to me. I love that record. But
thank
those in between times, did you make like, okay, I have to transition, even though like you had I'm going into battle on that album where it was like who's scared, who's scared,
you. Right.
who's scared. Yeah. So you had that transition. Was that a transition for you to say, okay, maybe the neo soul, pure R&B stuff the kids ain't feeling? Let me transition to this like hip hop R&B vibe on the Password. Was that one of the things that you made the distinction between those two albums?
Well, the first 20 years was just an expression of that time. Even you got D'Angelo, and you had
Yeah.
Music Soul Child,
Yeah.
but you also had Lil Jon.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm just really expressing myself in the culture, not getting stuck in the singy stuff, which is, to be honest with you, I love all the harmonies, but I love the lit stuff too. So
Yeah.
it's it was just an expression. But the trip about it was, the more I did the lit, it's where the culture was moving.
Got
You
you.
know,
Got you.
uh,
Got you.
neo soul got gobbled up by rap.
Yeah.
It didn't
Yeah.
have it didn't have its time, its moment so
Yeah.
long. Lauryn Hill was one that sang but rapped as well and did the harmonies, and so she had
Yeah.
a good balance of it. You had people that, but rap just came in and just took over, bro.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing certain things, if it's not necessarily just straight worship and I love you, Jesus, if it's not straight
Yeah.
worship, then they want to get lit. It just is what it is. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not necessary, And so I got a lot of people put me in a box, but nah, I'm a worshiper. I love and I really love all types of music, and I express
Yeah.
myself in all types of music because at heart I'm a producer. So I like to try new things and try new sounds.
Yeah.
And man, what if we did this and what if we did that? But culture, rap runs the culture.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make sure that I at least had enough of that to speak to those guys, and so that's kind of how it laid itself out,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I know that's a lot, but that's
No,
how
no, no, no. That makes sense. Like, did you know like, hey, did they approach you at the church to be like, hey, sign to the label at that time as well? Because I remember you put out 20 years independently, but
right.
Password looked like it had Arrow Records on it, which I know is World Change's label. Did they say, hey, we need to put a record out on you immediately, or was it just they just seen a response from the kids and was like and gave you that opportunity?
Man, bro, you know your history, bro. So okay, so I'm like, wow, you really know. So
Yeah.
okay, yep, I put 20 years out, and I put 20 years out with Holy Hip Hop, Danny
Got
Wilson,
you.
Holy Hip Hop,
Got you. Okay.
And I was starting to work at the church.
Yeah.
When it dropped, so I would say February 2003 is when I started working. No, not 2000. February 2002
Wow.
is when I started working at the church. I rededicated and here's a timeline of my life. I rededicated and got married to my wife October 2001.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Now let me give you a more precise timeline.
Okay.
Here we go. So I'm living with my wife we living outside of wedlock. So it's my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And then 9/11 happened.
Oh wow.
So
Wow.
when 9/11 happened, I thought that Jesus was getting ready to come back. I better get saved. And so went to church, rededicated, got married October 30th, day before Halloween. Joined the choir in November.
Yeah.
Sang my first solo in January. When I sang my first solo, the day before I did the Holy Hip Hop Awards. That's how the youth pastor saw me.
Oh wow.
Wanted me to be right. Wanted me that Monday to come up there. A month later, they hired me.
Wow.
That's how my life happened when I rededicated because of 9/11 and everything has been popping like that ever since, and that's been over 20 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. I was just like, the Bible says the steps of a righteous man are ordered.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm just walking and just got this thing in my heart that, hey, go this way, go that way. So one of the Sundays, pastor was preaching and said, man, become spiritually employed. We need some help here at the church.
Yeah.
In certain areas. And if you got the gifts, help. So I was like, well, I got my own little label. I wanted to always be independent, but let me serve in this capacity. And then, and then maybe it'll help what I'm doing. And so I put a demo into Arrow Records, and they called me back, and we did a deal situation. And, I did 4 records with them.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, I did 4 records, and then I started doing my independent stuff. Yep.
So real quick, Love Jones. I noticed Love Jones was like more EMI. Was that more EMI gospel than with Arrow, or was Love Jones part of Holy Hip Hop? Because I remember just to be real, Ken, I'm one of them guys that back in the day when you had a CD, open that bad boy up and read credits. So that's why you like history. That's why I'm like, that's me.
Hey, I love the fact that you know your history. You probably gonna have to help me with my biography, because that's right. Like you, so I'm gonna give you the details of that. So EMI, Holy Hip Hop got a deal with EMI.
Yeah.
I was still signed to Arrow, so I was told Arrow, hey, let's go ahead and use. Because, Arrow's a church, like World Changers, the church, the muscle is the church. But they didn't know much about Holy Hip Hop or the movement of urban gospel music. It was new. So we was learning as we went. So EMI gave Holy Hip Hop a deal that they would help Arrow kind of take me to the next level.
Gotcha.
And so that's how Love Jones came out like that. And Love Jones is the name of my daughter, my oldest child.
Yeah.
So if you know, every other record was named after one of my kids.
Wow.
And so Love Jones, Dominionaire, God City is Canaan. My son is Canaan, and I did a record called I Am Justice after my son Justice. And so that record was the first one for her, and so something ended up happening with the label that like they kind of didn't agree on everything. Holy Hip Hop and Arrow, we put the record out, but they kind of pulled it. It wasn't a lot of support with it. So that's why there's a password and then a password access granted. Because we put Password out, 15 songs. We put Love Jones out a year later, but that thing happened with Arrow and Holy Hip Hop. And so later that year, we just dropped Password again. So we wanted to repackage it and add 7 or 8 songs to it. So that's why there are people that got that original password, 15 songs.
I'm one of them. I have the original version.
What?
Yeah, I have the original version.
Keep that forever.
On
that
CD.
is one of the like rare, the original one. And then we put Love Jones out. That thing happened. Then we put Access Granted out.
Yeah.
Password out again, plus 7 or 8 songs, and that one blew up.
Wow.
And when that blew up, I was on that record for about 2 or 3 years, and then after that was Kingdom Business.
Yeah. Was Stay Safe a song that was like I always hear people's response to that, because I'm like, I love the record. It's one of my favorites from you. And I tell people like, yo, stay safe like that. And people like, how you gonna stay safe? You supposed to just be safe. And I'm like, no, what he's saying is when troubles come my way or foolishness come away, I'm gonna keep the Lord first. I'm gonna stay safe. You know what I mean? So did you ever get like backlash from that, or was that more like people like, yo, I agree, Kane, 100%. I'm gonna stay safe. Like, what was your?
So when I wrote that, like, we weren't really approachable on no theology.
Yeah.
Like, my response was, bro, I'm just trying to do the best I can. What you want me to do? Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? And everybody around me was the same way. Like, bro, like, that's all so based off the theology, I understand what they're saying, based off of theology now.
Yeah.
But when I did it first, rededicated, and I went through that situation, which happened in real life.
Wow.
You know, I just did stay safe in real life.
Yeah.
You know, I hadn't rededicated, and I cussed out the whole store.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was real. Yeah, that's why when I wrote it like this is what I should have did.
Yeah.
But this ain't what I did. I got banned from McDonald's from that McDonald's.
Wow.
Like all of that situation that I talked about in the McDonald's. The movies was I wrote the first verse second.
Got you. Okay.
I wrote the last verse because that's what happened.
Yeah.
So the first verse is art.
Yeah.
Because I knew where I was going on the second verse. But the second verse was real.
Wow.
But it didn't end like that. So I was hungry. We was broke. I was going, me and my wife, who was in college. That was back in the days when they had they sold you the 2 hamburgers and 1 meal. And like you take 1 hamburger and we split the fries up. You get 13 fries. I get 13 fries. Like that's how broke we were, and split the drink.
Yeah.
So this day we had enough money for me to get me a fish sandwich. That's what the number 9.
Yeah.
Or whichever it was, but I ended up with a fish sandwich. I think they gave me the wrong thing. But anyway, I'm hungry. And the sandwich is cold.
Wow.
So I'm hungry. I bite into it. I'm like, man, it's more cold. It's more real cold. Let me just take it back up there.
Yeah.
And have them to warm it up. So it's 3 or 4 people in line. I ain't want to stand in the back of the line.
Yeah.
Because I got my food. So I went and stood on the side and say, hey, bro, man, the sandwich is cold. Can you just heat it up for me?
Yeah.
And he says, go to the back of the line. That's the part of the verse where he say, go to the back of the line. And I'm like, nah, I ain't going to the back of the line, bro. I just stood in line. I got my food. It ain't right. I don't even want you to make me another sandwich, bro. Just heat it up.
Yeah, put it in the microwave.
And so in Florida, I don't know if this everywhere else, he ignored me or egged me. We called it egg. So he egged me. So he did. So he did one of those
next in line.
Yeah, he did me like that. And I snapped. When I tell you I snapped, I cussed. I was cussing because there was a lot of other stuff going on. So I wasn't going crazy just because of that. I was going crazy because that's like the last straw from
Yeah.
all of the stuff that I'm dealing with. I took the sandwich, I threw the sandwich at him, and it took my wife to come hold me because I was finna go over there and just start fighting over just
Dang.
that. And it's just man, when things are piled up, you know, when people go off, sometimes, man, it ain't about that situation. It's about
Yeah.
everything else that's going on. And so I really like looking at it. I wasn't really going off because the sandwich wasn't that bad. It was
Yeah.
just everything else was just so stressful that
Wow.
was it.
Wow.
That was it. You
I have a
know.
question. I have a question based off the video. Is wifey still eating your pie without you knowing?
Yeah, man, she take everything, bro. Everything, bro. Yeah, she whatever. I mean, whatever she want, she take. You
That's
know what I'm
amazing.
saying?
That's amazing.
And,
Yeah.
and my kids leave my food alone, but my wife she but the truth about my wife is she don't eat like we eat.
Oh
She
wow.
she don't like black food, fried chicken. Uh, she don't like spaghetti. You know, like she don't eat black food like collard greens, neck bones.
Yeah.
She's from Dallas, Texas, so therefore
Okay.
she likes anything that ends in a vowel, like pizza, tostada, taco, anything that ends in a vowel, quesadilla. She eat that. So pie ends in an e. So therefore that's
That's
but if
amazing.
it doesn't end in a vowel, she don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
hilarious, bro. Bro, so like, okay, so that's funny. So going to like the kingdom business, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Um, first off, I want to say thank you because I don't know if you know, I was on Kingdom Business 3. I think, yeah, I was on Kingdom Business 3.
Really?
I had a group called FMG, and we had a song called Winning, and we got placed on your
Yes,
compilation. Yeah, yeah. So it was a
I love
blessing.
that song.
Yeah, it was a blessing that we did that, and then honestly, it really helped our Misfits and Bangers album that came out like that year. But we was like dudes, we was like, yeah, we on Canton Jones, we was on Canton Jones, yeah. So, but I just want to thank you about that because I feel like the first Kingdom Business. Did you know like going from Kingdom Business, like your solo album, to Kingdom Business 2 and Kingdom Business 3 and all the Kingdom Businesses? Did you know it was going to go from just like all these going to be start off as albums, and then I know Kingdom Business 2 was more like it was a compilation, but it was more like, yeah, it was like your rollout for KJO International or KJO Records. And then after that, did you know like I'm gonna put this out so it can help independent artists and upcoming artists? Like afterwards, did you know that was what you was wanted to do?
So man, bro, you got to do my cause like
Yeah.
so we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but
Okay.
the so uh I got to give you the story.
Okay.
We're getting ready to we're in Dallas, Texas, about to do a youth conference for TD Jakes.
Gotcha.
Um, where they gave us access to the church,
Wow.
um, and we're about to do our thing at his church. We do it, and I was knew about the kingdom and was listening to this tape over and over by a guy named George Matthews from
Okay.
Alabama.
Gotcha.
And he was talking about kingdom. He came to World Changers one of the days that Pastor was out,
Yeah.
and he was talking about the kingdom. He was talking about like, and I was looking at the Bible, and this is like in 2003 for early in my walk,
Yeah.
and and he's reading verses, and I was like, I've never heard it. And I was looking at the Bible like this is the same Bible that I've been reading all my life. All of this kingdom. What is this kingdom thing? I was just like so intrigued, and And so I watched his tape over and over. And when we worked out, we watched it. Um, Me and my buddy Kaiser, you know, aka Messenger,
Yeah.
and it took like 4 or 5 years. And after that event, it was a great event at Potter's house.
Yeah.
I had to go to Miami the next morning. I had to preach in Miami, though I didn't have to sing.
Got you.
And so, going over my message, and bro, I was asleep in Dallas, getting ready to. My wife was gonna have to take me to the airport to get to Miami, and it was like a body fell on me in my sleep, and it was like boom, boom. And when I woke up, I woke up in tears, but not crying.
Wow.
And I said, "The kingdom!" I screamed. My wife was asleep. She thought I was crazy. I said, "The kingdom!"
Yeah.
The kingdom, the kingdom, the kingdom. I understand the kingdom. And she was like, "All right, go to sleep." And then I got up and I couldn't go to sleep.
Yeah.
I was like, the kingdom. I get it.
Yeah.
And so prophetic dude named Carlos Hale. I don't know if y'all know Carlos Hale in Nashville.
Okay.
He books a lot of gospel shows and stuff. And I was just on this kingdom, and then did an event for him like a week later. And he said, "Bro, God told me your next album is called Kingdom Business."
Wow. You probably looked at him like, what? Okay.
I was like, what? I looked at him like, yup.
Wow.
Like, you don't even know.
Yeah.
And so I named that first album Kingdom Business. The song was the map of what God was telling me to do, of how to serve and how to be a servant in the kingdom.
Wow.
And started taking me through the steps of how to do the kingdom. And so I understood, based off of just lyrically what I was saying, I was given the map of what that map was to me. I know you've seen Back to the Future.
Yeah.
When Doc hit his head and he gave me the flux capacitor. So God gave me a map of how I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do. And then Kingdom Business was a part of that.
Yeah.
And so it was called KJO Affiliates, which means I gotta help serve everybody that's affiliated with me. KJO Records is everybody that might be signed to be. KJO Affiliates is everybody that's just affiliated. Come on, let's go, let's do so. So if you watch me, I'm promoting artists somewhere, doing so, even with Free Life, our movement. I'm promoting art because God told me way from the beginning that this is how I want you to do it. It's called the KJO Affiliates. But I didn't know how I was going to do it. So I used Kingdom Business Part 2, Part 3, Part 4 to fulfill the affiliate program. To say, okay, I'm supposed to help people that I don't know why. I don't even know what they're going to end up doing.
Yeah.
I just got to help. And maybe me helping would help them.
Got you.
So that is why it turned from, Kingdom Business to, all right, let's do Kingdom Business.
Yeah. Got you.
So the Part 2, Part 3, all the parts. I think I'm on Part 5. The next one's probably going to be a kid's version. But it is me doing what I said on the first one.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying?
No, that makes sense. That makes perfect good sense. Yeah, man, that makes perfect good sense. And was that the same with your radio show? Because I remember this, and I tell this people all the time. Being here in Atlanta, you would drive at night or on the weekends, and you would hear your radio show, and you would be playing records of people I've never heard of, but it'd be hot. And I'm be like, as a DJ, I'm like, who are these people? Where's he from? This sounds crazy. And you know what I'm saying? Was that the same mindset with the radio show too?
Anything that you see me doing that it's not me,
yeah,
it's fulfilling what I call my 7 laws. I got it's 7 of them.
Got you.
It's KJO affiliates, which is that's falls in that. When I do radio, when I do things, when I got other people, KJO Records is our records and the people that we sign and all that type of stuff. Then you got gear, which what I call Love Jones Apparel, and my daughter. Now I wrote all of these down when she wasn't even 1 yet. When God gave me. So she's at SCAD right now in fashion. So God was prophetically telling me what was going on. She's a sophomore right now. My son got a plug in Pakistan. He's like gear, like real official gear.
Wow.
He does. He's 16. So God was telling me prophetically what was going on, and media, and these 7 laws that I got. So whenever you see me, and I move in that, everything I do, I move in those things.
Yeah.
To be honest, pastoring and actually the map for Canton Jones, there was no map for me as an individual that God didn't give. He didn't give that to me right away. Yeah. Because I was too KJO minded.
Got you.
So I had to start serving others, and that's why a lot of people say, man, KJO should have been this big, that big.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, maybe if I was that big, I'd probably be dead. I'd probably cheated on my wife. I probably manipulate for money. I probably wouldn't have the character at the time to be as big as I know I could have been. Yeah. I couldn't handle it.
Got you.
And it wouldn't have lasted.
Got you.
And so now in this season, God is saying, now I want you to get to Canton Jones. And like I people who get close people who know me, have been frustrated with me over the years. And the reason being is because they know that I passed the ball when I should be shooting.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? It's the thing that LeBron used to do that used to frustrate. Like, bro, you're the best one out there. Stop passing it to him. I know that's the best basketball play, but man, shoot the ball, dunk the ball, go. And a lot of people look at me like, man, bro, we saw you singing in the Glee Club, singing spirituals and arias and all this other stuff, and man, you rapping now, KJO. Like, we want to see, or man, I've seen you lead worship at World Changers, and you doing, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get to all of that, but this generation needs me because these guys are dying. Yeah. And I was like, so the Lord is leading me to do this, and I've had several conversations, even with my mom. She was like, baby, I just want you to sing more. I was like, I'm gonna get to it, And I made a record after she went home to be with the Lord called Ghost. Yeah. As a ghost, it stands for Ghost Writers, but it stands for Holy Ghost. And it stands for a lot of stuff that's too deep to explain to you on this call. But in that, I did music for her. So when people listen to it, and it has me singing and just different type of melodies, and it ain't aggressive, because that record is for my mama. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a real artist. Like, I ain't trying to do this. I do it, you know, we got to get paid and we do all that. But man, I'm an artist. So like a painting that a dude really put all the details in it. I think like that when I'm doing music. You see what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Yeah.
So when I'm thinking about Mama, I'm thinking I'm doing that record. If you ever listen to it, you'll see it starts off as it's a song that says Elohim.
Gotcha.
And it's my God, Elohim. Uh, and I'm singing because when my dad took his last breath, he said, "My God," and
Mm.
I believe that he saw heaven.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the nurse that was around him said, he said, "My God, oh God, my God," and he
Wow.
and so that was the first song for Ghost, and then Ghost goes into the second song is Paradise for Mama and Daddy, but it's really for
Yeah.
Mama, you know. And then that whole
Yeah.
thing is me venting and getting it out, the expression of how I feel when my mom and dad is gone. You
Wow.
see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't thinking about, man, you need to make something for the charts. You need to make something for gospel music. You need to make something for your fans. You need to make something for, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you got to stay with your fan base. And, you know,
Yeah.
I understand all that. But right now, bro, I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
And so I don't know no other way but to do it, but to do music with it. And like people
Yeah.
try to listen and understand, but like this ain't for you to listen and understand. Some stuff I'm gonna make strictly for the people.
Yeah.
But this has got to be for me to just get it out. So that's how I express myself
Yeah.
based on where I am. So Kingdom Business is the same thing. Kingdom Business is me waking up. Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
music starts to reflect where I am and what I understand.
Yeah.
And so I'm just not making music because I just heard somebody do a song and I'm trying to stay trendy. And
Oh yeah.
now these are maps for my kids and grandkids and great grands to
Yeah.
say, oh, daddy was saying it, and all my music is coded. What does that mean?
Wow.
That means I'm talking about 3 or 4 things. Talking about people. I'm talking about stuff. I'm talking about all type of everything. I'm
Yeah.
venting. I'm complaining. I'm
Yeah.
everything in the music, but it's all coded. Like you don't know what. Like what is he saying? I'm saying this, but I'm saying that too.
So you putting out spiritual diss tracks on people.
They coded. I can't help it. All this stuff I done dealt with, all the
Yeah.
pain I felt it. Secrets darker than Precious. You know that girl Precious.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got secrets that, but I had to learn my lessons in them, and they all in the music and who I'm talking about, and all. My wife know most of the codes, but most people don't. I don't want to say certain things. I just vent
Nah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
let it come out what it is, you know, because sometimes what I wrote it for is one thing, but what somebody heard is different for them. And so I
Gotcha.
don't take that away from them by telling them what I'm talking about.
Gotcha. No, no, man, that makes sense, man. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Is that your process of like instead of and this is just me asking this question, instead of going to a therapist, do you feel like me getting in front of a microphone is me releasing everything I would even say to a therapist to my fans kind of vibe?
Absolutely. I think certain things I couldn't release. There were
Gotcha.
certain songs I didn't release that
Gotcha.
my wife was begging me to put it out. I'm like, I can't, man, I can't release that. But I get it out so I can hear me say it and get it out.
Gotcha.
I think when my computer was stolen,
Yeah.
it was again, you know, a lot going on, and I had to get it out. But I actually had to go see a therapist once or twice
Oh wow. Okay.
so I can process
Yeah.
what was happening, you
Yeah.
know, and you know, so that people can understand. Um, the Lord told me uh, Easter 2022, to give up Free Life, the
Oh yeah.
building,
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, give the building up, give the equipment, let this man pastor, and trust me, follow me. You got 1 year to make that process. And
Wow.
so, and then when you do it, you gotta pay the rent for another year till he get the finances together.
Wow.
Yeah, so you talk about a
It's
test.
humbling.
You talk about a test, bro. So at the
Yeah.
same time, my daughter is leaving to go to school. And when my mom passed, I really clutched on to my daughter. I got
Yeah.
my wife, but I clutched on to my daughter.
Yeah.
So you talking about now she getting ready to go to school. It's just different for our family,
Yeah.
and just everything changing.
Got you.
And I'm like, man. So when my computer was stolen, I did my mom's home going on there. I had my daddy's songs on there. It was an old computer though. I needed to upgrade it, but it was
Yeah.
the go-to. It was one that you could do stuff without looking. This computer, you
Yeah.
know. But to be honest with you, like some of my songs were too big to be mixed on there. You get when you got Apple, you got that little rainbow ball that
Yeah.
be spinning,
Yeah.
because it's like, yeah, this what you're doing is too much for this computer. And
Got you.
so I did need to upgrade, I must say.
Yeah.
And I finally did, but everything that was on there was so precious.
Got you.
So
Got you.
but it was symbolism for everything else that was going on.
Got you.
And
Got you.
so last year, 2024 was an event for me. That's why I ended up releasing over 100 songs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, that's a lot of songs.
I wasn't trying to do them for people to keep up. I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
do it for fans, for radio, I just was trying to get it out. I can organize it now and tell you, all right, bro, if you like this type of song, go listen to this, listen to that.
Yeah.
Because if I start playing a song and doing it as a single, they'll be like, man, where that song been? Well, I released that last year, you know.
Yeah.
But it was just for me to vent out,
Yeah.
just get it out, get it out, get it out.
Yeah.
And so that's why I released so many songs last year.
Got you. Man, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I mean, I got so many more questions, Canton.
Go ahead, man.
But
We got some time. I deal with them.
okay, and I'm sorry to her. Let her know I'm sorry. I did put 40 minutes because I mixed some stuff up. But okay. A question too. One question. Did you do an album with your wife, Mr. Dell and Lisa McClendon?
Yes, it was called. Man, what was that record called? Ah, so yes, we did. We did a
Okay.
record. We did one
Okay.
record. It was under Central South.
Got you.
It was like a soul type of thing.
Yeah.
Um, Mr. Dale, he does these soul projects.
Yeah.
Even with rap, man, he got some real dope soul tracks.
Got you.
And so we did. Man, I'm trying to remember the name of the group that we had.
I just remember the picture. I can remember the picture in my
Yeah,
mind.
it was. It
Yeah.
was.
And then y'all had, and then I think a record with Mali Music too, or was that
Molly was signed to Dale
okay?
for a short time,
Wow.
and
Wow.
then Molly blew up.
Yeah.
But Molly, first time I heard him, he was with Dale. Like, man, this boy gonna be the future. Um,
Wow.
and so, and the great thing about uh, Mr. Dale and just that movement back then, man, we were trying to help who we could.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just, man, who 1K few. Hey, come on,
Yeah.
man. You
Yeah.
got it. You got it. Let me just
Yeah.
show you what to do when you go here, when you go there, how you deal here, and
Yeah.
boom, do your
Yeah.
thing. And so I love the fact that they trusted us
Yeah.
at the beginning, and that God just gave us the favor to be
Yeah.
able to help those gifts, but let them fly. Like you don't owe
Yeah.
me nothing, man. Go, cause
Yeah.
I don't want nobody coming back to me saying I owe them something. You
Got
know,
you. Got
and
you.
so
Did,
yeah,
did you not want to sign 1K to KJO Records? Like, I mean, I always call him the bridge. Like, I feel like he's the bridge from gospel to Christian hip hop, and I feel like he's like in my mind, every time I see him, I call him the bridge because I'm like, you bridge this so well, and I'm like your OGs is KJO and Lecrae. Who
yep,
OG who else can say that?
yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the question is like, did you not like want to sign him, or did you like go to
Man,
Lecrae, man?
I feel like one, I like independence. So
Got
I
you.
feel like
Okay.
I I was trying to show him how to do it himself when he was
Got
around
you.
me. Um, when Lecrae called me about him, I was just like, man, that's a huge platform for him.
Got
You
you.
know,
Got you.
go, because Few is still, he got that grime still.
Yeah, he
You
sure
know,
do. He sure
and
do.
and that ATL thing, you
Yeah.
know, and so I felt like, man, I'm too busy with Free Life to help him the way I want to help him. But this is what Lecrae does. They make, star artists
Yeah.
in the CHA space,
Yeah.
and I like, I want him to go and thrive and do his thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, so man, yeah, go. And
Wow.
one thing about 1K Few is he always gonna come back to Free Life and do his thing. He's doing something with us next month,
Oh
and
wow.
so
Okay.
he's gonna always come back and just show love to not just me, just Free Life as a movement, just to inspire the kids. That's where my kids get inspiration from, watching him.
Yeah.
Um, and I love that because I was his inspiration. Now he could be the inspiration for my kids, and
Yeah.
then my kids gonna be the inspiration for his kids, and we're gonna keep
Yeah.
it moving.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
Who
so
won
yeah,
y'all verses?
huh?
Who won y'all verses?
Oh man, we ain't really do no verses, man. We just got up there and did, so we end up doing songs together. I was doing his verses, he was doing my verses. Like, we were fans. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
we ended up just supporting one another.
Yeah.
I think battle rap, you know, is one we take it from something else. I don't
Yeah.
want to do blessed rap either, where you got to stand there and give compliments. I think that's lame. I do. I really do. I think that's the lamest thing ever. I no offense to those that do it. I just think it's
Yeah.
a poor copycat. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
I get what you're saying.
if we're gonna do something that's versus, I believe that, you know that the two artists should do each other's music and be
Oh
like,
wow.
like that, like I'm gonna do your song, you do my song, and this is the way I would interpret your song, and this is the way I would interpret yours, and do it something like that. If we're gonna do it for real,
Yeah.
to take it to the next level, but trying to battle and you kingdom, and you know what I'm saying, like, it's lame, bro. It's just,
Yeah.
it sucks.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Nah, battle rappers
Yeah.
that thrive in that space, like my man, the Saga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to them. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that. I'm saying if we try to take it and do something with it that's not
Yeah.
in its authenticity, like, don't do it.
Yeah. Well, it is a battle, Christian Battle League, and what they do is they do vices versus virtues. So they would do like pride versus humility, and it come out kind of hard. It come out kind of dope. I
I
ain't
mean,
gonna
if
lie.
they're doing it at each other, or are they doing it in general?
They're
And
doing it
let's see
like
who has the best verse.
Well, here's the thing though. The funny part is sometimes the vices be having better verses than the virtues. So if somebody's humility and the guy who's pride may come off better than humility.
Right. I got
So
you.
it may happen that way. So, but I've seen it done right. I've seen people do it right. Like I've seen people be like, okay, it's almost like if you ever seen like when people do like spoken word and then they like do it, but they have like like their characters in a spoken word piece kind of vibe. It's kind of like that. But I don't think they know each other's bars. I think they just write the bars going at that virtue, like it's actual battle and stuff like that.
But they're not battling each other, like they're not picking apart each other's personal life.
No. They're basically battling like pride, battling humility. And what would pride say about humility? You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Yeah. All right, man. So I'm gonna let you go, but I got this real quick game called This or That we could play, and then I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm gonna let you go real quick. All right. So here we go. Relaxing at Deerfield Beach or having a picnic at Quiet Waters Park. Which one are you taking?
Man, what you know about Quiet Waters? I gotta take the beach though, bro. Because Quiet Waters is like the fake beach. So that more don't. It's stuff in there. So I take the real beach.
Okay.
But Quiet Waters used to be dope though.
Okay. Yeah. Seafood from the Whale's Rib or barbecue from Fat Boys Barbecue?
Fat Boys.
Okay, Fat Boys. Attending a Miami Dolphins game or watching the Miami Heat play?
Ooh. Man, they just traded Jimmy Bucket. So they got Wiggins, and then they bought the doggone the receiver number for Miami, Cheetah. He's about to get traded. Sports in Miami. I go with the Dolphins, bro.
Oh, the Dolphins? Okay. Quartet music or choir music?
Quartet all day.
Quartet?
All day.
Okay. Yeah. Crunk Fest compilation or Kingdom Business compilation?
Woo! Boy, that's tough. Okay, I gotta go with Crunk Fest.
Okay.
Here's because Crunk Fest is like a whole movement. We was doing the conventions, and I know them conventions were wild. When you see some of the video I'm gonna start posting from how we were doing where the Crunk Fest came from.
Yeah.
Almost like the back in the day when they started releasing the videos on Freaknik. Yeah. I was a little,
that need to be a documentary then.
Bruh.
You need to make that a documentary.
Bruh. That's why it's like we need to talk again.
Okay.
Because Crunk Fest came from a youth convention called Face to Face.
Got you.
And I had never been around 5,000 black kids in one spot before. So so when we came out, of course we do our worship, but man, when it's lit, it's lit.
Got you.
And and like, so kids was bouncing, little kids was down there getting trampled, but they were like, I'm okay. It was, and when I showed the footage, it was crazy. We broke chairs at World Change. We got in trouble.
Wow.
Dale came in there and threw water on the crowd. They were like, don't you ever. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild. But so Crunk Fest was a whole, I want to pick both because they two different things. But
okay.
But if I had to pick one, Crunk Fest. That's a good one. That's hard.
Okay. Morehouse College Glee Club or World Changes International Church Choir?
The Glee Club. I love the choir. Glee Club, man. We travel everywhere.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. The Password or the Password Access Granted?
Wow. In its raw state, Man, nobody's ever asked me this stuff before. Uh, I'm 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 gonna go with the access granted.
Okay.
That
Okay.
because that's I mean that one blew, but the raw me as an artist
Yeah.
as an artist, the raw essence of what I was feeling at the time without a do-over is Password, the first one.
Got you. Okay.
The artwork, everything,
Yeah.
it has its own, because I see both of them as two records, even though it's a revision of one.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
it as two different because it's two different times. There's so much that
Yeah.
happened in between. It's
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's just so. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Access Granted because I just it's just a whole nother. That's the one that blew up though.
Got you. Okay. Canton Jones for platinum. I remember that too. I remember that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
All right. Doing a collab album with Mr. Dell or Messenger?
I can't pick one.
All right. If you can't pick, share the gospel with somebody, bro. Just share the gospel with somebody this week. All right. All right. I got two more and then I'll let you go. Stay Saved or My Walk?
Okay, so stay saved is what happened to me. I explained that.
Yeah.
My Walk is the only record that I didn't write or produce on
Oh,
in my
wow.
whole career.
Wow.
It was a record that Willie Moe Jr. had.
Wow.
Willie Moe Jr. played that record. I said, I need that record just like that. And he's the only artist in my entire career that wrote a song
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
and produced the song.
Wow.
Every other record I'm producing it, or I pretty much wrote everything, but
Yeah.
I did it on other people's tracks, or
Yeah.
so I probably say 80% of the tracks I did, and 99, that 99.9.1, and that one track is My Walk. Willie Moe Jr. gave me that track. So,
Wow.
but Stay Safe is the record.
Got you. Got
Yeah.
you. Final question, and I'm gonna let you go, sir. Christian rapper or rapper who is Christian?
Christian rapper or rapper who is Christian?
Yeah.
Well, Kendrick Lamar is a rapper who is Christian.
Okay.
They put Lecrae in the Christian that is a rapper, but he's also, um, here's what I feel.
Got you.
When it comes to art, there are so many ways to express yourself.
Yeah.
But when you are a Christian anything, people put you in this box.
Yeah.
And it's only, really, be honest with you, it's only with music, bro.
Yeah.
If you are a Christian landscaper, they don't
Yeah.
expect you to only serve Christian people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You serve whoever gonna write that check.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're gonna still be Christian, but you're a Christian landscaper.
Yeah.
And you're gonna you're gonna have Christian values. You're gonna treat people with respect. You're not gonna steal your lawnmower. You're not gonna leave bill bottles on the premises. You're gonna treat yourself like a Christian, even though you're in the right workplace outside of that. But with music, when you confess yourself as a Christian, they expect for you to only express yourself in that box.
Wow.
You can't and the whole thing about expressing yourself in that box you still missing a lot of stuff in that box. Love, there are no
Wow.
songs for your wife. There's no
Yeah.
there's no love making. We're sexual beings, but that's off limits if you're a Christian. Uh, we the Bible says, be angry but sin not. Uh, and I can't write anything about my vent. That's really what Stay Save is. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
dealing with something. So like I feel like the freedom and being a person that can just express himself is more liberating and it's more godly, in my opinion, than a
Gotcha.
person that has to fake and play games for 2 hours of church and then use something else afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so Kendrick Lamar is a believer, but he don't do church music,
Yeah.
but he called himself a Christian based off his
Yeah.
lifestyle. He does campaigns and rallies. He's had in his records an altar call in his music
Yeah.
with all the cussing and everything else. He
Yeah.
got in his music an altar call as well. So
Yeah.
the way a person express themselves as a Christian is different when you're a rapper that's a Christian instead of a Christian rapper. And so
Gotcha.
are we to say that Kendrick Lamar is not reaching people for Jesus? Who's to say that? He's reaching
Yeah.
people, and when they run into his music, they may run into Jesus. You never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Who's to say that the Christian rapper may never be discovered? You know. So
Yeah.
so so I am one that want everybody to be authentic and to help me with your music. You
Yeah.
know, um, I think a lot of people too. We do hear the testimony of the struggle, but we got to start hearing some triumph.
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
start hearing how you won, how much money you made, bro.
Yeah.
How long y'all been married, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how y'all stay married that long? We got to start hearing that, and we do hear the overcoming stories a lot, but people get, you know, I don't know if they get offended or feel weird when a person is doing good and start testifying of the goodness of God, even though that person that's listening might not be there yet. So I'm giving you hope. I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah.
bro, if you hold on, things will break through. It's gonna be this, it's gonna
Yeah.
be that. And I
Yeah.
think sometimes we have this false humility when we winning, and we can't talk about it in our music as a Christian. And I know a
Mm.
lot of guys are doing it nowadays, and because I did it at first, you
Who
know,
doing it big?
that's insane. I'm about to throw 100
Me.
grand like it's just, do we ever get it? So that's why me as an artist,
Yeah.
I didn't kind of worry about the rules
Yeah.
and what I call the black hole in the studio. The black hole, no rules, no space, no nothing. You
Yeah.
just write, you just create, you just have fun, you create this vibe, this thing that feels good to you first,
Yeah.
and then it'll feel good to other people.
Gotcha.
But if I'm not writing with the stress of, man, this is for the holy hip hop community, and this is for the Christian hip hop, and this is for the gospel hip hop, and this just I just write from the inspiration of God, and I just give
Yeah.
it to the people as raw as I can give it. So I'm a Christian that do music,
Got you.
but
Got
I do
you.
music like I'm finna drop something soon that everybody gonna be talking about at least.
Okay. Okay.
It's hot, but it's controversial.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Man, you got so much stuff I could ask you, but yeah, I'm gonna bless your time, brother. Thank you so much, Canton, man. Thank you so much. Promote what you got going on. Yeah, social medias and everything, man. Go ahead, man.
yeah, so I'm the Canton Jones on TikTok and the Canton Jones on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well. Or if you need to get in contact with us, you can email. My wife is handling all my business. She's been handling
Yeah.
all my business all this time. It's book cantonjones@gmail.com, and you can get to her. We love to serve you. And we do this thing every month called the Free Life Experience. First Tuesdays of every month, calling on all artists, whoever, come on, do your thing with other artists. Hit us up, however you need to hit us up, and we
Right.
love for you to be on the platform with us. So we're doing it March 4th. We're actually gonna have 1K Few in the building, and
Dope.
so but we want other artists to come do their thing and come rep with us. It's called a Free Life Experience March 4th, and I released 100 songs last year. So just jump in, just pick a record, 7 records, pick one, listen to it, pick another one, listen to it at work, because the algorithm is greedy nowadays. So the algorithm just they don't. I mean, I know a lot of guys release a single and push the algorithm is greedy. However you do it, you just we just putting out
Yeah.
more music, and so that's what I got going on, man. Much love. I'm doing church from the house. That's
Okay.
what the Lord told me to teach my kids the word. To do. He's been telling me that church on Sunday is not translating to the house on Monday. On Monday, church on Sunday is not translating to the house on Monday.
Wow.
It's like what we preach about, what we sing about, all of that type of stuff. It's not the culture of the house. It's church culture that's in that church building, but it's not any
Mm.
culture that has translated the from the church to the home. And so God is telling me to get it start here at with my house and my kids and my wife and doing praise and worship here,
Wow.
and I was like, wow, you want me to do that? And he's like, and then when you start doing it, then show the world that part of it. And
Wow.
so that is my assignment right now, for people to they used to say the pastor's kid is the worst ones, is
Yeah.
because the pastor is giving so much time to the church, but and no time to his family. And
Gotcha.
so I have to do something different in this season as a pastor, as a man of God. I'm excited about it. It's different. I wasn't excited about it at first. I ain't gonna lie, but man, we've been having a good time, and I'm gonna start editing the things that we've done and start showing the world of just man how 5 minutes a day in the morning with the family is worth. Once you add up that time, that's a Sunday morning service. But you're giving it raw to your kids and your
Wow.
wife. And you're speaking it to them every single day. We
Mm.
don't do nothing on the weekends while everybody's at church. We sleep.
Mm.
Because we did our worship as a lifestyle instead of a Sunday morning thing.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
so there we
Thank you
go.
so much, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate this so much. It's like going down memory lane for me, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
bro,
so
bro,
much, man.
man, we're gonna do it again, bro.
Yeah, we got a newer part too, because there's so much stuff I can
We
ask
gotta
you.
do, yeah, we gotta do a part 2. It's cool. Just hit her up.
Okay.
She runs my time, so I'm
Okay.
I'm, I'm with it.
Okay, cool. All right, Kingdom citizens,
All right,
Kingdom
bro.
Ox everywhere, bro. Good night. Peace.